this is very interesting.
Caitlin Clark is going to be an all-star. The media
tried to put Angel Reese amongst the best players again, and then she promptly went out and stunk it up.
Caitlin deserves to be there.
Angel Reese is nowhere to be found.
2 minutes ago, the WNBA world was just shaken. Caitlin Clark has officially been named an all-star, while Angel Reese completely snubbed from every major media ballot.
Everyone in the media needs Caitlin to be there, are voting for Caitlin for the all-star team.
This isn't just surprising, it's a turning point.
Angel Reese couldn't even squeeze into a reserve spot.
The rookie that many doubted is now leading the league in fan attention, highlight plays, and elite-level impact.
Caitlin Clark, right? What does she mean to the game of women's basketball?
Everything.
And yet the drama around this all-star selection is just heating up.
The WNBA needs Caitlin to be on the all-star team.
If you believe Caitlin Clark earned her spot and deserves to be an all-star starter, drop a 1 in the comments right now to show your support. Let's make it loud and clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie, she's a rising legend.
She's the reason why we're always saying something, because she's the star.
She's a golden goose of this league.
Caitlin Clark is so great for the WNBA.
Let's get one thing straight. Caitlin Clark didn't just make the all-star team because of hype. She earned it through pure performance.
Caitlin Clark, coming off injury, showed up and showed out with an MVP-level performance, 32, 8, and 9. And I'm here to tell you, she was shooting threes from damn near half court. Fans has erupted all over the country. Caitlin Clark is coming off an injury, bro. What we seen today was greatness.
Even during what critics called a slump, she dropped a 20-point, 10-assist game.
Caitlin, when she's played, has been the best guard in the WNBA. When she's been on the floor than any other guard. Even in her slump, she had a 20 and 10 game. She had a 20 and 10 game in her slump. She set the record for most 20 and 10 games. She's the only guard with triple-double.
Not once, but multiple times. She's already made history as the only guard in the league with a triple-double this season. And let's not forget when she nearly had a 30-point triple-double in a win over the previously undefeated New York Liberty.
She had a 32, 9, and 8. She nearly had a 30-point triple-double in a win against the Liberty, who at that stage were undefeated.
That game alone should have silenced the doubters. She's not just putting up flashy numbers, she's doing it against the best teams in the league when it matters most. While other rookies are still adjusting to the WNBA's pace and physicality, Caitlin is out here running the show. Opposing coaches like Noelle Quinn and stars like Skylar Diggins have openly admitted they had to game plan around Caitlin.
What a difference in the media from this. The media has been trying to tell us she is not among the starters in the WNBA All-Star game.
Even on nights when her shot doesn't fall, her vision, passing, and leadership elevate her entire team. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing, she's orchestrating the game like a seasoned pro. That's why she's not only deserving of an all-star selection, she's already one of the most impactful guards in the league.
Caitlin's best point guard in the W. Caitlin is peak for peak, already the best point guard in the history of WNBA.
So how exactly did Caitlin Clark secure her all-star spot? And why is Angel Reese nowhere to be found on those same ballots? Let's start with how all-star selections work. 50% of the vote comes from fans, 25% from the media, and 25% from WNBA players.
The All-Star voting and how this is broken down, the 10 All-Stars are selected by a weighted vote. 50% from the fans, 25% from the media, and 25% from current players.
With fan votes alone, Caitlin Clark was already dominating. But that wasn't the end of the story. What truly solidified her place was the overwhelming support she received from the media, who analyzed performance, impact, and consistency. In multiple official media ballots, including those released by Sports Illustrated and USA Today, Caitlin Clark's name appeared on every list. She was listed alongside elite guards like Skylar Diggins, Alicia Gray.
Alicia Gray is the only guard that I think no fans are buts about it you put above Caitlin Clark. Her team's been better and she's been at least comparable in the stats.
And Sabrina Ionescu.
Sabrina Ionescu had 32 or 34 and they still managed to win from Caitlin Clark.
And even when some ballots included honorable mentions like Paige Bueckers, Caitlin Clark was always prioritized.
But she revealed her players, Caitlin Clark, Skylar Diggins, Alicia Gray, and Sabrina Ionescu. Boston, Nafisi Collier, Nika, Satu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, and Asia Wilson. All right. And down here, Boston, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas. No Angel Reese, folks.
Now contrast that with Angel Reese. Despite massive hype coming into the season, Angel wasn't listed on a single media ballot.
Different sports media figures that have released their all-star ballots, and Angel Reese is nowhere to be seen.
Not even as a reserve or honorable mention. Voters were crystal clear. Reese's performance hasn't matched the expectations. Even more telling, in the fan voting, where popularity can sometimes outweigh stats, Angel Reese only came in 13th.
From the popularity voting, it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, it was me too. Angel was 13th in the all-star voting.
That's not just a slight miss. That's a major gap between her and Caitlin Clark, who ranked at the very top. Why is the media backing Caitlin so hard? Simple. She's not just a box office name. She's also delivering results. Her stats are superior, her leadership is clear, and her impact on the court is undeniable. Media analysts know the WNBA needs someone like Caitlin at center stage for the All-Star game.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT!
She signed my jersey! So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball, period.
Because she brings attention, fans, and respect to the sport. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's inconsistency has been hard to ignore. While the media once went out of their way to push her narrative, that momentum is clearly fading. They're now calling it like they see it, and Caitlin Clark is leading the charge.
It did not happen. It looks like it's not happening. Now, do I figure she's going to be a reserve? I guess.
Let's get real about Angel Reese. While some fans still treat her like a guaranteed all-star, the numbers and the votes tell a very different story. Coming into the season, Angel was hyped by major media outlets as a superstar in the making.
The mainstream media, the sports media, and their love affair with Angel Reese. Now, we know the media jumped through hoops, gymnastics, mental gymnastics. I mean, however you try to put it, they tried to raise up Angel Reese last year.
She had charisma, confidence, and massive social media momentum. But when it came time to perform on the court, the results have been wildly inconsistent, and voters are finally taking notice. Let's start with her 2024 season stats. Averaging 11.3 points per game, 11.9 rebounds, shooting just 38.1% from the field.
This is her current year stats right here. 11.3 points and 11.9 boards and a 38.5% shooter at 6'3".
A huge red flag, especially for a 6'3" forward playing around the rim. To put it bluntly, Angel Reese's field goal percentage has actually dropped compared to last season.
Her field goal percentage has dropped this year versus last year. That's right, she's a worse shooter.
That's not the direction you want to see from a player trying to prove themselves among the league's elite. Yes, she's had a few solid games, like a 17-rebound, 18-point performance. But they're always followed by disastrous outings. In one recent stretch, she shot just 3 for 11 from the field. Another game, 1 single field goal. These aren't just off nights. They're signs of fundamental inconsistency. And when you're trying to be named an all-star in a league as competitive as the WNBA, consistency is everything. Now let's talk about the votes. Angel Reese wasn't just left off the list of starters. She was completely missing from every major media ballot reviewed, not even listed as a reserve.
Now Megan Hall of USA, she left Angel Reese off her all-star ballot.
And remember, these ballots came from respected sources like Sports Illustrated and USA Today. When asked who their potential reserves would be, reporters listed Gabby Williams, Brittany Sykes, and even Paige Buchers before mentioning Angel. That's how far she's fallen in terms of credibility as a top-tier performer. Even among the fans, her popularity didn't translate into power. She finished 13th overall in voting.
In the first returns of the fan voting, Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese garnered 13 most votes among WNBA players,
far behind Caitlin Clark. That's despite having one of the loudest fan bases on social media. The verdict: people are catching on.
People are catching on. Her fans can't defend the play anymore.
Analysts, fans, and even former supporters in the media are realizing that hype doesn't equal production. Angel's game hasn't progressed. Her shooting remains shaky.
Every time she has a good game, she has a horrific game.
And her All-Star case has collapsed under pressure. It's gotten to the point where her only shot at making the All-Star roster is if the coaches feel generous enough to name her a reserve. That's not a power move. That's barely holding on. And meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, she continues to climb. The same ballots that shut Angel out lifted Caitlin in, not because of headlines, but because of results. That contrast says it all. One rookie is rising through performance. The other is struggling under the weight of inflated expectations. The truth is finally coming out. Angel Reese got snubbed, not because of bias, but because of reality. And Caitlin Clark, she's not riding a wave, she is the wave.
We saw the Caitlin Clark effect last season. We saw the influx of millions of new fans, billions of dollars in revenue that came to the WNBA, and that was supposed to come to the WNBA this season.
You can't win a game without Caitlin Clark.
She's already starting on fire, man. She's ready to go. Look, jersey lifted up. Oh, throwing the jersey. Swing it around your head like a helicopter, then leaves the building. All right.
At the end of the day, the All-Star votes didn't just reveal who's popular, they revealed who's proven. Caitlin Clark has faced pressure, criticism, and intense scrutiny since day one. And despite all that, she's stepped up, delivered, and now rightfully earned her place as a WNBA All-Star. Angel Reese's absence, that's not a media conspiracy. That's the scoreboard talking. The performances haven't been there, and the voters saw through the noise. This All-Star moment is more than just a title. It's a shift in the league. It proves that work ethic, leadership, and real basketball IQ still matter. And Caitlin Clark is the definition of that. Now it's your turn. If you believe Caitlin Clark earned her All-Star spot, drop a 1 in the comments to show your support. If you're tired of the hype and want real talent to shine, smash that like button, subscribe for more updates, and stay locked in. Caitlin Clark is just getting started, and the WNBA will never be the same.